Hey guys, it's me. Hey, I just wanted to give you guys a summary of what today was like. It was fun, exciting. I am in News Station, PA, as we speak, and I just parked for the night. Drove about 7.5 hours today. I'm going out to New Jersey for this load. I should get to my destination around 8 o'clock in the morning if I leave on time tomorrow morning. I'm going to try to leave around 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. But I also wanted to show you guys how I do my post-trip. My post-trip inspection when I'm done for the night, and let you guys know what, for those who are unsure of what a post-trip is, it's something that is done after running for the day. I always do a post-trip on every single time I'm done driving for the day. It kind of gives me an idea of what my truck is doing and what I need to look out for. So let's go ahead and first, I'm sorry, there's a Maverick truck driving by with a really cool load, and I can't turn around, but I'm just gonna do that so I can't see anything, guys. But there's the load that's coming through right now with Maverick and stuff like that, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I had a pretty good day today. I ran about 730 miles. No, let's take that back. I ran about 300 miles today. I wasn't on the highway as much today. I was kind of in the back roads of Pennsylvania and West Virginia. I went through West Virginia for a little bit and then back into Pennsylvania. Let me tell you, some of the roads, they're not meant for trucks. I mean, it's you gotta really pay attention. And with my current load, I could slide my tandems forward a couple because I have wiggle room to slide my tandems, but I'm really comfortable with how the truck is moving, so I don't want to move it and have to readjust. That was my truck's turning off. As you guys can see, I got a scale ticket right here, right? And I don't know if you guys can see that, but as you can tell, sorry for the bad camera angle, but as you can tell, my steers are 11.7. My drive axle's 32,980, so I have about 33,000 on my drives, and I'm only 30,000 on my trailer axles, which I'll explain when we get outside what that is. I can move my tandems back a little bit to kind of even out the weight on my drives, which I might do in the morning. But my total gross weight is 75,000 pounds. I round up. So I just put fuel in this truck. I left with a full tank when I did this. So that's my weight when I had a full tank when I left this morning. So that's what I ended up doing there, which isn't too bad. I could definitely move my tandems forward to kind of let the load off on my drives, which I'll probably do that in the morning. So I'll probably do a quick video on how to do that for those who don't know. But let's go ahead and do my post-trip inspection. Where did my other glove go? Oh well, one glove ain't gonna kill me. So first thing I'm gonna look for, one, take my keys. Oh, I have my keys. Yeah, you can tell what kind of day I've had. 7.5 hours of driving today. I'm tired. So I got my keys. So I'm gonna first look at my fuel area. I'm gonna check to see that my cap's on. That's not moving. My dust cap's on. That's good. I'm gonna check my front tires real quick. There's a little bit of a scuff mark. When I go back to my terminal, I'm going to go ahead and get that changed out. I'm going to mention that actually I should get this whole I'll probably get this whole thing replaced, to be honest with you, because I don't like what I'm seeing on the outside edge here, so I don't like that. But then I'm gonna move back to my airlines. I'm gonna check, make sure those are all secure. My electrical, secondary, primary airlines for my trailer and tractor are secure. Make sure this is secure. I've had that come out one time. That's not good. Which they fixed that because it turned out one thing broke on that and they fixed it for me. Make sure that's not gonna move. Check my my drive tires, which they're looking pretty good actually. So check my pin, that's still attached and stuff like that. This trailer isn't in the best of shapes, but it's a whole lot better than what I had this morning. Check my landing gear, make sure that's all good. And then I'm just looking around on my entire trailer here, making sure there's nothing bad. So this is what I'm talking about. When I'm looking at my my drives, apologies for the wonky camera angle. So they're all the way back currently. They could probably go back further, but I'm not going to. If anything, I want this tire, this tire right here, right, that tire right there, I want that to be kind of like right here. So I'll move it forward a little bit in the morning. I want that tire to be right here so I have a little bit more swing room. But I'm also looking at my sealer. Make sure my seal's still attached, which it is. And make sure my doors are attached. They are. Make sure my hinges are good. So yeah, I'm just looking over. I'm basically looking overall the overall condition of my tires and making sure my tires are good. That one's a little bit low. I don't like that. But again, I'm also 75,000 pounds, so no gross weight in total. But my entire truck looks pretty good actually. So that's gonna, you know, post trip and all that. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the entire trailer, looking at all my tires, making sure they're all good, and that you know, luckily I'll be heading back to Nashville to get my truck looked at, because I gotta get my if you guys see here, right here, right before home time, as you guys can tell, I hit a deer. And I mean, I hit a deer pretty good. Luckily I had my deer guard here that deflected the heck out of it. So this is the part I'm worried about. It's still attached, but I don't like it flapping like that, so I'm gonna have to get some zip ties and tie it somehow so it's not flapping. But I'm gonna be going into Nashville, getting this whole bumper replaced here, so that way it's not looking so atrocious. As you guys can tell, the damage that was done. Yeah, I hit that deer pretty good. That deer don't win, unfortunately. So yeah, just making sure my whole entire truck is pretty good. So, but yeah, that's what I do on the outside of my post trip, you know. And ooh, it's a blistering 30 degrees. There's my cat. Hi, Atlantis. As she says hi to everybody. She says hi. That's my cat right there. So, but yeah, so I'm going to New Jersey tomorrow. I got about 5.5 hours left of driving to do. I could theoretically make it there tonight, but in the Pennsylvania area and in the New England area, which is further northeast, it's really hard to find parking. So I shut down roughly between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That way I have parking. That way I have a place to sleep at night and not get woken up. I have been caught out a few times where I'm caught out and I'm having to move because can't park where I thought I could park, right? So I shut down early so that way I have parking at a truck stop. I don't mind parking at rest areas, but I like truck stops. They're convenient. They got restrooms. They got food. It's a safe place to park. It's not on the highway. You don't have people knocking on your doors late at night saying you got to move. And I'm not having to take the chance of parking on the off-ramp or on-ramp in the rest areas. So I shut down early just for that. And I can also start earlier too. If I shut down between 3 and 5, I could start anywhere between 1 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the morning, depending on what time I shut down, because I like to start right after 10 hours. That's my way of driving the clock and making sure I have good time management. So everyone does things different. I understand that. So some people like to do an 8-2 split. I don't like doing 8-2 splits because it throws me off. Both physically and mentally, it does actually throw me off. So I try not to do an 8-2 split if I can avoid it. I also try to do my 70-hour resets, my 32-hour resets, or 34. I want to say it's a 34-hour reset, so I have my full 70. I did right before the holidays, when my teammate left in Denver, Colorado, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, before Thanksgiving. I ended up having to run 2 weeks of recaps, and I don't like doing that, because then it's like you're having to watch your clock to make sure you don't run out of your 70 and that you have enough time to drive the next day. So I like to do my 34-hour reset so I don't have to worry about my 70-hour clock. Sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes they need loads out and they need them delivered, so you have to kind of run through it. So that's what I like to not do, is run through my 70 and have to do my recaps. So, but yeah, so today I started I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I got everything in my car and drove to my truck, got everything ready to go about 5:30 in the morning. Got some breakfast, and then started rolling around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I got to my pickup location at about 8 o'clock in the morning. I had to run to another place to get an empty so I can get into my pickup location with a trailer to swap out the empty for the preload. And for those who don't know what a preload is, it's a trailer that's already loaded. You don't have to sit there and get loaded, live load. It's already good to go. So all you have to do is park your empty. It's hook and book, I call it. So this morning, I dropped my empty and hooked up to my preloaded trailer and got out of there about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, because I was faffing around with my paperwork today, so getting it all submitted on my tablet and stuff like that. So I did that today. But overall, coming back from a week vacation, I did take a week off. My DM is really good on that. He really just got off the phone with him. He's a nice guy. He really tried to. He worked with me on my home time so I can get my doctor's appointments done and get everything situated. I could visit my friends, visit my family, and just have a really relaxing home time, because there are times where you're going to be out on the road for 2 to 3 months at a time. You don't have to be. With my company, you don't have to be out 2 to 3 months. You can be out for a month and go for 3 to 4 days. So I was out about 2 months this last time, so I ended up getting a week off because I really just needed some downtime and chilling out and visiting with friends and family. So I ended up doing that. But excuse me. But yeah, so I'm learning a lot in this industry, right, guys? So we're just constantly learning, constantly developing new techniques on how to drive and be a better driver, right? And today I learned that getting back behind the wheel after taking a week off, it doesn't drive like a car. On my way out of the pickup location, I started turning and realized I have a trailer behind me, and it's starting to cut into the other parked trailer. So I had to straighten out, turn to the right to kind of guide the trailer back over so I wouldn't hit the other trailers. So, but that's something you gotta do. Something you gotta be able to adjust and adapt and keep going, right? I also, I've definitely improved on my backing skills. I definitely am impressed with my skills on that. I'm not an expert by no means, but I've been watching a lot of other videos on how to do backing, what to look for, when to start turning the tractor towards the spot that you want to aim for to park. I do a lot of 45s. I will do a couple 90s at times. I do try, when I'm at a truck stop though, I try to find the easiest, less likelihood of stressing myself out. Like if you guys look right here, I have an easy way out in the morning. I can go straight out. This was a straight back for me. I just cut the trailer over and went straight and backed up. So I do find setting up for a straight back a little bit more challenging. So if any of you guys have advice on when to start turning towards the spot you're aiming for, when do you start turning a tractor to do a straight back, so that way you don't have to end up doing a 45 or a 90, let me know in the comments, and let me know, so that way I can start implementing that. I've been told to drive, have your shoulder towards the middle of the tractor. That's the space open to do a straight back. I've been told to, right after you move past the space, start turning. I'm not really sure when to hit the mark on that yet. So I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure that out. Unfortunately, on this one, I was coming on the blind side, turning the tractor to go into that open space right there. I was coming, basically I was coming this way. I was going towards the fuel lines over there, and I had to turn the tractor to the left to start going straight into that space over there. I apologize again for the camera. So yeah, so that was fun. I did a straight back today. That was easy. It was not too difficult. Overcorrecting is a big issue of mine, so I have to learn how not to overcorrect on the small movements when you're backing up. When I was in school, they told you when you're straight backing, small micro adjustments and just straight back. So if you guys, I'll do a video one time on that. I'll figure out how to do a video on that. So I am looking into a GoPro camera, so that way I can just attach it to my head and just be able to talk without having to do it on the phone. So I am looking forward to that. You can tell Atlantis is she's my cat guard. Yeah, guard cat. She's on the guard, guys. So you see that tail moving? She's definitely checking out the place. I love my cat though. But yeah, that's what I did today. I drove, actually, why am I giving estimates when I can actually look at this information? So, where is it? Here we go, HOS, hours of service. I can't really show you guys much that's my truck starting up. I have an automatic start where it idles for a certain amount of time. I drove 265 miles today, and I did pretty good with that today, so I'm actually quite ecstatic by that. So apologies, I had a phone call come through. I drove 265 miles. I still have another about 300 miles more to go, but like I said, I shut down early again to find parking and to have a safe haven, because my company's really big on that. They don't care if you still have 5 hours or 4 hours or 3 hours of driving. They want you to park at a truck stop or a rest area that is safe. That way there's no accidents, and I respect my company for that. I try to follow that rule as much as possible. That's why I shut down so early sometimes, but then I can actually get started early in the morning and beat some of the traffic towards my destination. So I did 7.5 hours of on duty today, about 6 hours and 20 minutes of driving today. But I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're just coming back, especially as a new driver, you got to get adjusted to a sleep schedule or some sort of schedule that you're going to like. That doesn't always work. Unfortunately, in this industry, your sleep schedule will bounce around from time to time. I've had deliveries at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I've had deliveries at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So And I've had pickup times at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I've had pickup times at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So there's a big difference sometimes. So you have to adjust your time to start, because you don't want your 14-hour clock running, waiting on a load to be picked up. I want to get to my destination as close as possible to the beginning of my shift. That way I can just hook and book. Drop it, go, and have all day to drive, all my hours to drive. That's my plan. Doesn't always work like that. I know tomorrow I'm going to have about 5.5 hours of driving to do. But my appointment time's at 9:30 in the morning. So I can't just start anytime. I have to kind of match it up, 50-50 in this case. So 5 hours of driving, get there around 8 o'clock in the morning. If I get there earlier, that's great. Actually, if I get there earlier, I'll probably be able to get unloaded faster. And then that way I still have another 5 hours, 6 hours of driving to do with my next load. So, because I don't know where my next load is going to be picked up. It could be 2-hour drive to pick up the next load too. So, in this industry, you don't know what to expect when it comes to certain things. So you gotta adjust big time. And that's what today was about, adjusting. Coming off a week vacation, home time, I had to adjust again on timing and driving. So today was a big learning experience for me today. Just wanted to share that with you guys, that I am learning so much from a lot. And now that I'm on my own and I'm not with a team driver, I'm definitely having to learn quicker and faster, and having to really think on my feet a lot more, especially when it comes to parking and finding parking. So, but yeah. All right, guys, I will do another video tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a good one. Bye. Oh yes, hit the like, subscribe button, and share my video so other people can see it. Hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.